Hey guys, welcome back. This is Blue Forest. So we're going to dive into this new time slide today with the shark bosses. So I'm glad they at least did that. It's something a little bit different. Let's look at the mods are on here. We have Energon Shield, of course. All right, well, what do they have over here? Maybe they have something more fun for us. Energon Storm. Okay, so two of the most boring, repetitive mods. I was hoping they wouldn't do that, but it's fine. It is what it is. I did bring along Sound Blaster, and I also did rank 5 Scout B, because I had just bought Scout B a few weeks ago. And so those are my two newest bots. Can play around with them. And so I hope you guys are doing well. Vincent was on Discord the other day, the writer, and he confirmed there'd be a few more stories. And I think that's basically what it's going to be. We do have this Beast Wars event, so they might do a couple arenas like this one. And at least, I guess, with the Beast Wars arena, you can, if you grind that, and if you do the objectives for the for the calendar, the event calendar, you'll get those Beast Wars chips, and then hopefully you can pick up maybe a couple of Beast Wars characters. I don't know if I'm going to bother grinding it, because I have all of them. I don't really need to worry about dupes, but if there are any Beast Wars characters you still don't have, this is your chance. So, anyway, I think, we're going to get these time slides. Probably a few more after this one. They might do an arena or two, and then I suspect that will be it. I don't think they're going to do anything else. But it's okay, it's something. They're going to wrap up the story. Hopefully they do something interesting in whatever time slides remain. Alright, we have Sunstreaker. We can use Sound Blaster here. I always forget Sunstreaker's attacks. He gets the Unstoppable and the melee buffs, and I always forget, because we haven't really gone up against him much, but that's okay. We'll see what happens here. I know he has that weird special one that you have to kind of time in order to make it land. But anyway, I have played around with Sound Blaster a bit, and he's definitely fun, Great for long fights. If the game was staying alive, I'd probably invest a fair amount into him. He could definitely be good for the left side of AMs, and certainly for LOCs. Obviously he has that cool thing with the combo meter where he's not going to have it reset with lots of hits, and does get a lot stronger once that combo meter gets high. And I do really like that. Whoops. Totally forgot about Sunstreaker's Unstoppable. Anyway, it's fine. I do really like the specials of his, especially the special 2 and 3. Special 1 is kind of standard, but the shock on that special 2 is awesome, and the special 3 is cool, and you'll usually get the armor break if you have enough hits on your combo meter. And even though his specials are like blasters and sound waves, I really do like the color scheme they added for them. Just makes them look a little bit different, and they do look cool. So I'm glad I was able to rank 6 him, because I'm quite sure I'm not going to be able to rank 6 anybody else. I'm very low on T4C, and I'm not going to be doing AMs regularly anymore, so pretty sure I'm not going to have enough T4 to rank 6 anybody else. I think once I open up all my crystals, I'll have a ton of T3s, and I could probably sell enough to finish forming 1 T4 Spark, but I am quite sure that finishing off 2 is not going to happen, and that's okay. And I am not paying attention at all in this fight. So, anyway, so yeah, man, that's where we are, guys. And so, as I've said before, if there's anything you still want to do in this game, I would advise you to do it now. If you're not feeling motivated, which I know a lot of people aren't, I certainly have started to feel a lot less motivated than I did before the announcement. I think that's just normal given the nature of this game, right? You did all the grinding, you invested in it because that's what the game was about. It was about progressing towards goals, and now they're not really relevant anymore. But even if you're not feeling very motivated, if there's any final missions you want to do, any final rank ups, do it, because you might regret it. if you don't do it, and then the game shuts down. So yeah, I am, even though I'm less motivated, I do really like the fact now that I can just chill. I'm not doing AMs regularly. We stopped. AMs are just optional for us in our team in NDEF. It's really nice not having to worry about logging in at specific times, and I can just log in when I want, and I don't have to worry about objectives and all that stuff. But, so that's nice for sure, but, I'm not as excited as I was before, and I think that's fine. I'm still having some fun, being able to use a bot like B in this fight right now. I got him very late. I think that was just because, the scout class is just always so stacked. There were so many great scouts, and I did rank 6 Windblade and Prowl. I could have ranked 6th any of the scouts. They're such a great class, so it's nice to be able to fight with B a little bit, especially in a time slide like this. He's with that shield break. He's just so fun to use. So, all right. So that's where we are, guys. And what do we have? Okay, we have Nemesis, and then it looks like we have the Tech Shark first. And then I think we have the Tactician Shark and the Brawler last, I believe. So I am really glad, though, they at least gave us some interesting bosses. The Sharks are always fun. They didn't give us that revamped Shark Week in the end. We just got those ridiculous Shark teams for the arenas that gave, like 100 2-star shards or something like that. But anyway, anything they do that's not a total copy of what they used to do is a good thing. And so even though they're obviously recycling some mods with this one, it's nice that they gave us some interesting bosses. All right, so we can definitely use B for this one. He's perfect for this. And of course, he's on Energon Shield and Energon Storm. So, all right. So B should make pretty quick work of Mr. Tech Shark here. I always really liked the Tech Shark, though. He was the one that I would have wanted the most. He got that really good power drain, and I don't know, I think he looks cool. I only got one 5-star Shark in the end. It was I got the demo. I think after I open up my crystals, I might be able to get one more, but we'll see. I did not get the S1000, but that's okay. And just like that, B has destroyed Mr. Tech Shark very quickly. All right, good job, B. So that wraps up this chapter, and now we can go ahead and jump into chapter number 2. All right, guys, so this is the second chapter with the Tactician Shark boss. What do we have here? Bringing the same team as the last one for this one with Sound Blaster and Scout B. Absorb attacks. Blocking 5 attacks. Okay, unblockable. Okay. I think that's new, or at least I haven't seen that in a while. I know they had the Absorb projectile one, but alright, this should be not too tricky. They just get a special and unblockable buff. So if they block, 5 times or something? So anyway, alright, at least it's something a little bit different. It's not Energon Shield again. So that's okay. And anyway, do let me know what you guys are up to. I have heard from, some friends of mine did leave the game just in the past couple days after the last AM ended, but I still have a bunch of friends who are in the game. I think a lot of people are just not doing AMs anymore, which I think is probably, it's a collective relief for a lot of people, because it was obviously the most time-consuming part of the game. So I still have a bunch of friends, even though I have some who are on their way out. Some are sticking around and kind of doing what I'm doing, just kind of playing casually. So yeah. I have gotten a bunch of questions about, and I'm very honored by this. People have asked me if I'm gonna, what I'm gonna do after I'm done with Forged to Fight, and I have said that I'm definitely gonna take a break from gaming. I've never played a game like this before. Not in my entire adult life have I played a game every single day for years, oftentimes, several hours a day. It's taken up more of my free time than just about anything else. So I do need to take a break once I'm done with this game. But, we'll see what happens in the future. I certainly would consider posting content again for another game later. I would definitely only do one game at a time. I'm not a casual gamer. I'm not going to be playing 7 games, but if I found another game that I really loved and I was invested in, I would certainly consider posting content again in the future. But I do know that I will at least take a break after I'm done with TFTF. But as I've said before, the channel is going to remain live. I'm not going to take it down or anything. I want to have it as a sort of memory bank for my fights and my content, and so it's definitely not going to go anywhere. The channel will remain, and I'm glad that even though I was late to the YouTube party, I started posting early this year. I'm really glad now that I posted consistently, because I do have over 100 videos all about Forged to Fight, so those are not going to go anywhere, and whenever the time is right for me to play something else, I will do that in the future. So, I will tell you though, one thing I'm not going to miss about this game is all the tech issues, all the air punching and the block specials and the lag and the bots suddenly not responding. It's been really bad for a long time, but I don't know. For me this year, it's been particularly awful, and it's just really annoying, and it makes things frustrating. There's no need to rehash that now. They never addressed it, and they certainly never will now. So that will be one thing I don't miss. But I will still certainly miss the fighting, because when the fighting was on, it was some of the best fighting I've ever seen in a game, especially as a Transformers fan ever since I was a kid, going back several decades. So that's where we are, guys. There's not a whole lot else going on, so I think most of us are just going to be sort of transitioning into just have fun mode, just do whatever you want, because like I said, we're going to get a few more of these time slides, maybe another arena or two, but that's going to be it. I did notice with the Beast Wars one, the new one, that I think it was only 10,000 chips to get a 5-star bot, and I believe that when we had those in the past, it was 20,000. So I could be wrong about that, but I think that is the case. So they will be a little bit easier to get if you are looking to... Oh, this is... Oops. Okay, this is Mini Boss Dinobot, and I totally wasn't paying attention. So he's on Power Flow. Okay, no problem. But anyway... If you are looking to, pick up a couple more bots, the Beast Wars event will be the easiest way for you to do that, besides just opening up lots and lots of crystals. I know there have been requests for them to give resources out, and I mentioned that in my last video. I really do think they should give a bunch of sparks in particular, T4, T5, some gold, so that everybody can enjoy another rank 6 bot or two, and good for all the people that didn't have any. If they are going to do that, they really should do that soon, because there's no point in doing that 3 days before the game ends, so we'll see. Alright, so we can use Sound Blaster for Mr. Grinder here, and okay, so we can see if we can get some armor breaks. Sound Blaster does not have the best armor break, but it is there. It's decent. There is still that weird thing where they stay on the ground after that special one about half a second longer than normal. So you just have to be careful if you're going to attack as they're standing up. But otherwise, like I said though, I think he's pretty cool. He's fun to use. And so I am glad that I did rank 6 him for sure. Alright, so we're making pretty quick work of Grinder here. So we should be able to take him down soon. That heavy of Sound Blasters is really fun, but you do have to be very careful at close range. It's like super easy to dodge. So the whole tracking thing is... I don't even know why they said that. It's just... I don't really see it tracking, I just see it firing in a straight line. So if they're in your line, then they're going to get hit. If not, it's really easy to dodge. So anyway, that was quick and easy for Sound Blaster. And now we have our Tactician Shark. So Tech Shark was the last one. So what is he on? Absorb. Okay, so that same mod, and then armor pierce, time, and crit rate. All right. Let's just use B again, just for fun. Why not? So this should not be too difficult. Just be careful when that armor pierce mod thing is active, like right now, and I just got hit. But thank you, B, for evading. But yeah, there's no doubt in my view that Scout B is one of the most fun bots in the game. You know, he's just so fast and agile, and I like his animations, and I like his power gain, obviously, and you know, he just looks really, really cool. So, you know, I did have a few friends using him at D100, and they swore by him, and you know, I could see why. He's fragile, but you know, all the scouts are fragile. You know, if you're a good player, you know, you could definitely do some serious damage with him against certain bots. So, all right, so we're making some progress against Mr. Tactician Shark here. All right, come on, man. Come on, dude. There you go. Thank you. Whoops. Oh, I hate when that happens, you know? It's like, they can get that hit in, even though your timing is essentially perfect, but it's fine. It is what it is. Like that. Oops, okay. Alright, Mr. Shark, you're going down right now. Bye-bye. I always like this special 3 as well. It's really fun. Really nice uppercut at the end. And Mr. Tactician Shark is down. Alright guys, so we will wrap up with the final chapter here in a minute. Alright guys, we're going to jump into this final chapter. I did already do the hard lane. I was having some issues recording, so I wasn't able to get it. But that's okay. We'll just do one of these other lanes here. And then we can fight the Brawler Shark with Sound Blaster. So what do we have here? We have crit rate. Okay, nothing too tricky. And we get to fight Slipstream. We did not fight with much. I do regret that she was so broken. I would have loved to have gotten her and used her. I did not pull her the other day when I opened up all those crystals, but it doesn't really matter because she still has lots of problems. So yeah, I always liked the character though, and I would have really enjoyed getting to use a fully functional Slipstream, but that is not to be. What the hell? Okay, anyway. So yeah, guys, this is it for this time slide. Nothing particularly special, but at least they did give us some shark bosses. Alright, so we have OGP. We can take care of him pretty easily, I think. I used to do all of the time slide difficulties just to get all the rewards and get things like T2C, which was actually hard to get once you were getting the tier 3 ore crystals. But I don't think I'm going to do that now. I will explore Prime just for fun, but I think that's going to... What the hell? Oh, Soundwave just went limp. He just stopped responding, which I've been seeing a lot in recent months. Anyway, no problem. But yeah, I'm not going to be exploring all of the difficulties anymore, but I will go through all of Prime, because there's not really going to be much else to do, to be honest. So that's that. All right. OGP is down, and we have an RC, so we can take care of her with MV1. Okay, so yeah, I mean, that's besides the fact that the game is shutting down. One of the sad things in this last couple of months is the fact that there is not going to be a lot to do. I mean, besides the fact that, you know, most of us aren't really going to want to be grinding like crazy anymore. I think it is just going to be time slides and arenas. I don't really see any reason to raid anymore. And if you're not doing AMs, well, there's not really a whole lot else going on. So I'm just going to look at that as a good thing, though, in the sense that I will be able to just chill out and have some fun and Some of my friends from previous teams have come back into the game. Once they heard the news, they decided to, people that had retired, people that had left the game. There are some people who have come back just to play for a little bit for the end, and so that's fun. Can just kind of hang out together, share some final stories, have some fun before the end. So that makes me happy, actually. A couple friends of mine that I had spoken to in, I don't know, 6 months, a year, are now back in the game. So that's really fun. At the end of the day, this game was really all about the people. If it didn't have this kind of community, I definitely would not have played as long as I did. So I'm looking forward to just, kind of hanging out and chilling out with some of my longtime friends in this game who have decided to come back for the grand finale. Okay, so we have Primal Mini Boss, Harness Power. All right, shouldn't be too bad. Just take care of him with OGP. Alright. Yeah, I never actually used Beast Wars teams very often. I would occasionally do it in a time slide. I had Scorp at rank 6 and Cheeto at rank 5. I didn't have any of the others maxed out, even though, they were all fun to play with in their own way. But that was just one team that I just didn't have time to invest in. And I mentioned this before, I think for me, creating teams and experimenting with different teams and different game modes was one of the things that was still keeping the game interesting for me in this past, year in particular, when not much happened. So it is a little bit sad that I'm not going to be able to build up any other teams, but that's okay. All right, so nice and easy. Primal is down. So, okay, we have a Scout Shark, and then I think that the Brawler Shark boss will be after him. And so, yeah, I did use Sound Blaster, the first time when I did the other lane, and he did well. So, yeah, it's a fun fight. And, okay, so anyway, guys, are you guys still doing AMs? Are you guys still logging in every day? Are you still watching videos? If you're watching this right now, you're still watching videos. I'd like to see a reaction from, say, MUFC 14. I know he never did commentary, but I do hope he posts some more before the end. I always loved his channel because he was active, right? He's been posting for the last couple of years, unlike a lot of other fellow YouTubers for this game who either stopped or were posting a lot less often. But I always loved the fact that he experimented with different bots. He obviously had, incredible amount of resources from doing D100 forever, and so he was able to rank 6 bots that a lot of people never used, and I just always really loved watching his channel, so I hope he's not done. I'm pretty sure he's still playing, but I do hope he posts some final content before the end. Alright, so yeah, this is it. We'll go up against the Shark right now and get to use out our Sound Blaster on him. So, this is the kind of thing that still makes the game a little bit exciting for me in these final weeks and final couple of months. Alright, so this Shark is on, I already forgot what he's on. He's on Stagger, Melee Bleed, Crit Rate, Enhanced Bleed. Okay, so as long as you don't get hit by those melees, should be okay. I want to see if I can push him maybe to a special 2, because then if he gets an Unstoppable, we can stun him with the heavy. So we'll see if he is willing to do that for us. Okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't want you to use that. That's alright. Okay, let's do a special 1. We'll wait a second, because he's on the ground longer than normal. And, alright, nice. That was a nice intercept right there. Okay. Oh, we got the stun because he has a stagger. Alright, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Alright, thank you for not hitting me, because those melee bleeds would have hurt. Okay. Come on, come on. I want to push him to a special 2, but... Alright, well, he's probably... Yeah, he's not going to use it, but it's okay. Okay, well, I'd like to use a special 2 of Sound Blaster. Come on, come on. Let's see if we can get a special 2 off. It's because he's on Stagger, he's going to be just heavy spamming over and over again. It's like, just stop, Shark. Alright, here we go. Boom! Okay, obviously the combo meter isn't super high there, so it's not going to be a really long shock, but that's a great shock. And he's done. Alright, Sound Blaster for the win. Nice and easy. Well done, Sound Blaster. And so that's where we are, guys. That wraps up one of the final few time slides of the game. I think we're going to get a few more, hopefully. That was pretty easy. You know, it's not too difficult. I think the hard lane on this chapter anyway was actually Stagger regardless, and so it was just boring and repetitive, just them, you know, firing off heavies. But not the most exciting time slide. They did recycle a lot of mods, but it looked like they had that one new one in the last chapter, and like I said, it was just nice to go up against Shark bosses. So anyway, take care, guys. You know, do let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you're going to grind the arenas, see if you can pick up a last couple of Beast Wars dupes. You know, we'll just have to see if they do anything else interesting, but I'm not counting on it. I think it's just going to be this, but we'll just have to see if they surprise us in the last month or two. So take care, guys, and we'll be in touch again soon.